All right, so we're going to take a look at building a resume. And so there's lots of different ways that you can do this. You can go to Microsoft Word and they have lots of resume templates there. I'm going to go to Canva, which is like an online kind of graphic layout kind of thing. I think they have pretty good ones. So I'm just going to go into Canva and I'm going to search for a resume, and it's going to come up with all these different examples. I'm going to take a look and find one that I like. As a student, we're going to have fairly, simple resumes because we don't have a lot of experience just yet. Here's a pretty simple one, so let's go with this one. All right, so we're Sebastian Bennett. Okay, so first thing, we'll change our name here. And he's got a photo there. I don't really want a photo. You don't need a photo. You can put one if you want, but it's not necessary. And usually I don't. So that's gone. Let's just expand this out. He's put his address here. You don't need to put your home address, but you do need to put some kind of like contact info. And so we'll get rid of the address, and we'll go with my email here. Okay, and we'll leave our phone number here. And I don't necessarily have a website. Delete that. I don't know. Instagram, like, do you want people to see that? Is it relevant? Probably not, I would think. Unless, you're doing some kind of, you post a lot of like professional related things there. Most of you probably don't, so let's get rid of that as well. This is where if you have, for example, a LinkedIn profile, you can put your LinkedIn profile here. That would be pretty relevant. Okay, so let's, here's our profile statement. So in this case, high-performing psychology major, eager to join an innovative organization, blah, blah, blah. We're going to change that, and we'll write something like, all right, let's go with that. High school student with great teamwork skills looking to gain customer service experience in a high-paced environment. Let's just shrink that down a bit so it looks a little nicer. And let's move that up because we got rid of some stuff. Okay. So, it doesn't necessarily say much because as a high school student, you don't necessarily have a lot of, previous work experience and stuff like that. So we're just saying, okay, here's highlighting, something about us that is, we think good. And here we're just putting kind of what our goal is. Okay, like I want to work at McDonald's or whatever. Well, we'll just say we're looking to gain customer service experience, high-paced environment, i.e. working at McDonald's. Yeah, it just makes it sound a little bit nicer. Education, so of course we don't have this part, but we do have high school diploma, Vancouver Technical. Expected graduation 2024, 25, whatever it is. There. All right. And then we'll look at relevant experience. So let's just move that up. And let's move this up. And let's just make it look a little nicer. Line things up like that. That's not lined up. There, everything's lined up now. Okay. And let's take a look. Relevant experience. So if you've been in clubs, if you've been part of volunteer things, this is where you would put something like that. And so, for example, let's say club member of the water carrying club. And we did that from June 2021 to present. And what can we say? Actively participates in club discussions and attends all meetings. So, the more that you are doing, the more you can put here. I'm just a member, so I'm just saying, whatever. Maybe I do soccer. And so I can write that as well. Cliff Avenue, I don't know. Let's see, I've been doing that since I was a kid. Attend all practices and games. Whoops. Responsible for, I don't know, providing snacks to the team once a month. I don't know, whatever it is that you do. And maybe that's all I do for volunteering club stuff. So delete that. Yeah, so this is where, like I said, the more experiences that you can have, the more you can put here. So, you could put, you were in a band, you were in strings, you were in choir, you were a volunteer at Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, like whatever you do, you're a cadet. Whatever you do, you're a scout. You can put it here and put some of the experience that you think you have gained through that, right? Skills. Okay, so what do we have for skills? So in this case, working with productivity applications and collaboration software, that's actually not bad. You probably all do that, such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, I don't know, Prezi, whatever kind of things that you do. You can put it there. Academic writing, business writing, and public speaking. Well, I don't know if you do any business writing, but you definitely have done academic writing and public speaking. Interpreting vast amount of information and conducting research. Well, I don't know if you've done that necessarily, but you have done some kind of teamwork, worked in various teams to do group projects, and maybe you can write something about that. Always contribute fairly to group efforts or something like that. So there we go. Okay, so maybe that's all I have. But it's looking a little bit. It'll be nice to fill out the page a little more. So let's add another section. Yeah, let's add another section. Let's call it hobbies. Now, are they going to care about what your hobbies are? Well, not necessarily, but it does give you something. It does give the interviewer some an idea about you, like who you are, and sometimes they might have something in common with you, and that might give you something to talk about during an interview. So it doesn't necessarily help, but it might help, and it doesn't really hurt. So sure, we'll put some hobbies, maybe like bird watching, reading, and I don't know, rock climbing or something. And so that just gives us a little bit more to put on our page here. And so there we are. There's my resume. So when I'm done my resume, okay, here's the cover letter. We'll cover that in another lesson, so we'll just delete this for now. So I've got my resume here, and so how can I, what can I do to share this? Okay, so I'm going to go share, and we can download it here. And so I'm going to download, and it's going to give me different options: JPG, PNG, PDF, print, all these things. Best one is going to be PDF. Best for documents. This is a document, and so go PDF. And we'll say download. And here's my PDF resume, and you can send that along. You don't have to use PDF, although if you're using Canva, PDF is the best option. But if you're using, for example, Word, you can send your resume as a Word file, as a .docx file. That's Word. That's totally fine. So those would be pretty much the two options that I would choose to when I'm sending my resume somewhere, either PDF or Word file. Do not choose like as an image file, like PNG or something like that. That doesn't always work out, and it may be hard for the person who's looking at the resumes to actually see those things. So PDF or Word. All right, so that's it for resume. It's hard to do like exactly a lesson on resume because it's going to be so individual for different people. And so I do recommend that you come in and I can take a look at your resume and maybe give you some tips on how you can make it better, or or maybe it's already good or whatever. All right, so that's all for this lesson, and see you in the next one.